fall here in Minnesota. Our leaves have already, but that doesn't stop the fun with Tigress Winona here.
How appropriate, right to the barrel on a celebration for Winona's love for barrels. Our Fall into Love Day. Welcome everybody. Happy Thursday from us here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Happy indeed, because we're celebrating the conclusion of our Fall into Love promotion, where this wonderful rescued tigress, Tigress Winona, who we were able to take in to the sanctuary 2 years ago this November. Miss Winona being used as a essentially to be breeding cubs for to be made profit off of, being sold off the internet and for cub petting. And Winona knew nothing about freedom. She knew nothing about compassion. She knew nothing about having choices other than to be used and exploited for breeding cubs. But now she's here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. I mentioned that that's 2 years ago that we were able to rescue Winona along with a handful of other big cats from that property. And Winona certainly has been drinking in every last bit of her rescued life. And one of those things in particular is her love for barrels. And you can see her licking and licking and licking away here. Hey, Angie Pick Cabbage, good to have you on YouTube. We are live today, as you can see, and I'm looking forward to really trying to bolster our YouTube presence here in 2023. Ellen Simmons is on YouTube. Good morning. Glad to have you, Ellen. Glad to have you, Ellen. And you can see a little added Calvin Klein obsession to that barrel is really tripping Winona's trigger, as you can see, and that's a fresh barrel. Winona probably got that barrel at the beginning of this week or last week, and during this promotion, you know that Winona, she's a barrel artist. She has quite the expertise or skill for making some rather beautiful designs with her claws and teeth on those barrels. Mentioning that Winona loves these barrels, probably out of all of her toys, the big balls. You can see we've given her a pumpkin. She says, well, I still want to play with my barrel. And Winona goes through these barrels pretty much like dirty laundry. And we were able to make a design out of the kind of chewed up and snarled up barrel. And we made a heart. And that heart really symbolizes the heart of a rescuer. And the fact that you yourself, as supporters and followers of the Wildcat Sanctuary, you guys have the heart of a rescuer. And obviously you have plenty of domestic rescues at home and fosters at home. You have the heart of a rescuer. So for $100, you can purchase yourself a heart of a rescuer, 95 of those dollars being tax deductible, which means it's going right to cats like Winona. And we'll certainly be putting the link to that in our description. That store will be open until the end of the day today, Thursday the 20th. Look at all the folks here. Tanya Toner checking in from Facebook. Good morning, TWS YouTube viewers. Glad to have everyone. And I'm going to walk over and show you guys the Winona's barrel creation in just a moment. Love to see the 2 likes on today's video as well. That's another unique thing about YouTube, is that algorithm really benefits from the like to viewer ratio. So if you are watching, I would love to see likes. That would be tremendous. Alan Simmons, there are not a lot of tree huggers. There are lots of tree huggers, excuse me, but not many barrel huggers. Winona is a barrel hugger indeed, and we just posted a pretty cute reel of her this morning that pretty much defines her very intimate relationship with barrels. And I kind of made the joke to myself that, is it really true love if she's going through the, these barrels about, one per week, I think is what caretaker Alyssa mentioned. What about commitment, Winona? What about commitment, lady? Hey, Daniel, you got my like, you said. Well, thank you for that. Very much appreciated. We up to 4 likes, so very much appreciated. You're going to obviously hear Tammy in the background. Hopefully that's not making things too difficult for us. Leanne Outertall's here on YouTube. Glad to have you over here on YouTube, Leanne. Hope all is well down in the cities.
What a far cry it was from her little
And I know many of you who are watching now are familiar with Winona and her story here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. But if you're not and maybe new to TWS, Winona is one of our rescued residents. And Tigress Winona came from a breeding facility in Indiana, where Winona was being used or exploited, if you'd like to say, for cubs. She was meant to be breeding cubs for them to be sold on the internet for profit. And one of the many questions that we get is, well, why doesn't Winona live with Dash? And really kind of the bearing these cubs, to have those cubs taken away from you, and also to have to protect those cubs from the sire of those cubs during their infancy. And so Winona's just kind of developed a little kind of sense to where she knows what makes her happy, and having the companionship of others isn't one of those things. She enjoys having the stimulation of toys, like her barrel, obviously. She gets to have plenty of interactions with her caretakers as well, which is another thing Winona loves doing. She's got to give at least a handful of chuffs to everyone who comes walking by. Ellen Simmons recalling the rescue almost 2 years ago, and that you remember it so well, and it's amazing in many ways. You're right about that, Ellen. And Dash is that 2 years also means that Dash is going to be 2 years old, and looking forward to having a little 2-year birthday celebration when his big day comes around in November. Leanne asking, where do you purchase the barrels from? Where do they come from? And Jill asking, can we donate barrels? So great questions. The barrels as of late have been hard to come by, truthfully. You know that we've used these barrels in kind of multiple ways. We have the puzzle feeders that we're able to cut holes in these barrels, and the cats can rotate and puzzle out the food from those puzzle feeders. Also, ooh, look at this shift from the barrel. It was being sold at the retail cost, so it's definitely a little bit more expensive than we would want it to be. But again, the barrels, from what I've understood, kind of talking to Tammy and listening to the caretakers, is that they've been a little hard to come by. So hoping that maybe we can find a little bit more of a secure way, and we could do a barrel fundraiser. That'd be something fun. But definitely good questions, Jill Abbott and Leanne. Definitely good questions. A little bit different of a kind of style here on YouTube. I hope everybody's enjoying themselves who's made the shift over from Facebook. Kind of been doing some alluding that we're kind of hoping to increase our volume of content on our YouTube platform in 2023. Definitely Facebook has seemed to be jerking us around a little bit. We're getting ads on our live posts. People aren't getting notifications. Of course, Winona's got to say hello. And right as I'm rejoicing YouTube and its potential benefits, Alan is telling me that there's some freezing up that's happening. Boo, that's no fun. Oh, Miss Winona. Always a ham, I tell ya. She is always full of it. Doing my best to hold the phone still here, but I'm actually in a perfect place where I can zoom out and drop in and show you what we've all been talking about the last couple of days here at the sanctuary, and that is one of Winona's pieces of art. It's a heart created from one of those right there. And as you can see, that's a blank canvas. Winona would consider that a blank canvas. She has some detailing to do, some etching, some texture to add to that piece for it to end up to look like something like that.
So Justin's on live.
So here's Winona coming over to commend her artwork, to stand in front of it, to pose with it, to let you know how proud she is of it, to let you know that each one of those hearts is one of a kind.
But also giving you a display.
I'm gonna scoot over just a little bit so we don't have, so we're not crossing channels here. Hey Jen Sanders, good to have you here. I love seeing some of the Facebook folks making their way over to YouTube, and we've been doing a good job of uploading our Facebook live posts on YouTube. But again, hoping to ramp up our presence here on YouTube and get some more live posts in, as well as some produced video content. We've been having some meetings on that this week, haven't we, Miss Winona?
So if you can give today, that would be
great. Thank you. Looks like we're at about 8 likes, 9 likes. Thank you for the likes, everyone. Angie Pickavage saying, I love Winona. Her story of having her precious babies always taken away from her breaks my heart. So grateful for TWS rescuing her so she can live wild at heart. One of the special things about you know, what we do is being able to see our accomplishments and what we're able to accomplish together, and the compassion that we're able to provide for cats when it's so needed. Thinking about the situation Winona came from, looking at her now, man, I mean, that's the type of stuff that gets us out of bed in the morning, so to speak, and is really makes us feel thankful here at the Wildcat Sanctuary that we're able to bring you guys in on all of that. And you know, kind of like we've been talking about, the heart of a rescuer, and share those experiences with you, because you're the ones who allow you know, enable us to do those types of things. So I love seeing comments like that. Wolf324 says, what's up, man? Good to have you, Wolf. We're hanging out with Tigress Winona. She's kind of a ways across her habitat. You can see some pumpkins staged there for her. Hey, Daniel, good to see you over here on YouTube. Jen Sanders is asking, are you on cell service or Wi-Fi? Well, darn it, I hope I'm on our Wi-Fi. I'm curious to know if there's been any more interruptions. I heard that there was one little freeze. I'm gonna walk over and see if I can catch Winona here.
We'll do another photo post with the heart.
That's correct. All right, we're gonna get a little more legs here. We'll see what Winona's doing. Maybe see if she's interested in coming and hanging out with us instead of seeing what Mr. Thor Jr. is doing. Hey, McGranny. McGranny, I love that name. It's another fun thing about getting into YouTube. You get to see some people's handles. Len here. Hi, Winona, you goofy indeed. Glad to have you, Len. Wolf324, it's Landon. I hope that's Landon Nelson. How have the cats been? Landon, the cats have been awesome, and I hope you have been awesome, my brother. Thinking about you every day, and I hope all is well. And as you can see, Winona's enjoying her time here. And a little bit, in my opinion, of what I call the calm before the storm. In that Winona, she's kind of biding her time. She knows she's got about 3 or 4 pumpkins to take care of. She knows she's got a freshly scented barrel. And she is, again, taking her time. Picture is kind of fuzzy compared to Facebook. Video is kind of choppy too. This is the type of feedback I need, Ellen. So thank you for telling me. Good to know. Picture is kind of fuzzy. Okay, good to know. Good to know, everyone. We're gonna hang out for a little bit longer. Might see if Tao is around. Might be able to see Winona hanging out. Looks like all types of tech is waking up on the wrong side of the bed today. Tammy's having some problems seeing her comments. We're just trying to bring everyone the cats that they do so much to support. Okay, Jen Sanders saying that's why you're asking, because it was so choppy. Ooh, good to know. Angie Pickavage asking, does Winona love pumpkins as much as her son does? You know, that is a good question, and I think Dash might have a little bit greater of a love for pumpkins than Miss Winona here. But we'll see. Like I said, I think this is kind of the calm before the storm. You know, Winona has commodities. One of her commodities people. So she sees us hanging out. She sees the caretakers hanging out. So she's like, hey, I'm going to sit right here. I'm gonna hang out with the people that are seemingly kind of hanging out with me. Good to know. Wish that the picture was a little bit clearer for everyone. I know that it's more shaky. It doesn't have that in-camera stabilization. Jen, and you're exactly right about that. Winona just basking for attention. Exactly.
And it is an amazing keepsake. And our
Well, after all, everyone, I'm happy that we got to get live on YouTube today, and again, help celebrate our Fall into Love promotion with Miss Winona. I keep referring to her as the artiste, the tiger artist, as the centerpiece to this promotion. That means that's going to be $100, 95 of those dollars being tax deductible, 95 of those dollars going to the cats, and that goes a long ways. And it's holiday season. That's a gift for your significant other. That's a gift for friends, family, whoever. Definitely something that I'm hoping to maybe see that there's going to be some of these hearts left so I can gift them out for my holiday season. And a big yawn from Miss Winona. And a final look at the link. That is a bit.ly/capital T, capital W, capital S, and then items. And I'll bring you right to that store, Miss Pretty Winona. And you yourself can claim one of those one-of-a-kind heart ornaments. So look forward to maybe some photos later today. As I keep saying, I'm really thinking this is the calm before the storm. We're going to be seeing those pumpkins in a lot worse shape than what they are now, Miss Winona. But for those who joined today on YouTube, as I kind of talked about a few times today, look forward to more content on YouTube as we get closer to 2023. Winona showing Tammy just how quick she is. But look forward to more action and content happening on our YouTube channel, and happy that we got to have a little time with Winona today and celebrate our Fall into Love promotion. So thank you all again for all that you do for the rescues here at the Wildcat Sanctuary. Obviously, you can find us on so many different social media platforms, not only YouTube, Facebook, as many of you know, TikTok by now. I'm sure you all have figured that we are quite active on that channel as well. Instagram as well. We've got all types of ways that people can plug in with the cats, Miss Winona, and we're so fortunate that we're able to bring our rescues to everyone in these various different ways. So thank you everyone again for tuning in today. Thank you for falling into love and making Winona's heart ornament as special as it truly is. So we'll see you next time. Bye everyone.